This theme song means so much to me. I grew up watching The Odd Couple and seeing it back on the air again on CBS. It's just a pleasure to see and thrilled to have here on The Rich Eisen Show, a man who I've been a fan of for a very long time. You also definitely know him, remember him as Lieutenant Jim Dangle from Reno 911. He now plays Felix Unger on The Odd Couple on CBS, which you can see tomorrow night at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time. Thomas Lennon, good to see you, sir.
Rich Eisen. Always a pleasure.
Pleasure to see you.
You too.
So just being in something as iconic as The Odd Couple, I mean, again, you've been in so many great comedies.
Well, that's the thing, is it's stepping into The Odd Couple is an amazing job. I'm pretty sure when I pass away in the distant future,
thankfully, yes.
the clip, the photo they'll put up will be me in the Lieutenant Dangle short shorts. I'm pretty sure.
From Reno 911. Yeah,
sure.
I mean, it's tough to bust out of that.
It actually just got me out of a ticket last week in New York.
No, it did not.
No, we were driving. The guy driving the car I was in got pulled over.
Yeah.
And rolled down the window, and I said, "Hey, Lieutenant Dangle, I got to get somewhere."
And?
I got a high five. I got like a bro hug out the window.
Now, was this police officer wearing short shorts?
You know what? Now that you mention it, it might have actually been just that naked cowboy guy who hangs out in Times Square. It might not have been a cop at all. Now I'm thinking, I think I hugged the naked cowboy in Times Square. That's a bummer.
It's definitely all coming together. It's all the haziness is finally coming together right now.
By the way, Rich Eisen coming up on The Odd Couple in about 2 or 3 weeks.
Now, last year, Kenny Smith and I did a cameo.
That's right.
Where it was a bad television appearance for Oscar.
Yeah.
And you, as Felix, were trying to prod him to do it. It was kind
this
of like
year
a classic.
You come on as Rich Eisen.
I do.
Host of the '1 satellite sports show.
Yes.
And
so I play myself.
Oscars #2. You're playing yourself.
So I play myself.
It's a good thing to play. And in fairness, on The Odd Couple, I also play myself. It's not. My guy has a different name, but I'm basically playing myself.
As Felix, do you have the neat tendencies in life?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
That's you. So you're definitely more Felix than
I'll make
Oscar.
a bed in the hotel room.
You are.
I will. I will do it.
Do you hospital corner? Do you hospital corner?
I don't always hospital corner.
Okay.
Just a full disclosure.
You don't go full hospital corner.
I'm not that lame.
Okay.
No. Yeah.
So that you have at least, you're definitely more Felix than Oscar.
Oh no, I'm a real neat weird dude, and I got the Purell and issues and stuff like that.
You do.
I got an elevator problem.
Should I not have shaken your hand? Because I can fist bump if there's a problem.
It's absolutely fine. I've just been thinking, when can I put this Purell on for the rest of the interview?
You just pulled it out of your phone. He's Purelling.
It's absolutely fine. It was fine that we did that.
By the way, we've been on the air. Knock on wood, 17 months now, and more. You are the first guest to Purell mid-interview. I've seen Purell prior. I've seen Purell after, but you're the first mid-Purell guy.
The difference is I know you pretty well. We did. Rich Eisen did something so miraculous this year. We did a reading together, and I don't know if have you talked about this on the show?
When Joe Manganiello was here, he was the director of what you're about to say. Yeah.
We did a reading of Major League. They do great scripts read live at the Los Angeles County Museum, and the cast was incredible. It was Eric Stonestreet, Joe Manganiello. It was just heavy hitters across the board. But the person who got a standing ovation at the end of the performance was Rich Eisen for reading the stage direction. Because it was so good. It was so masterfully done.
I can read stage direction. I can read asides quite like nobody else.
It destroyed. Yeah. Well, you got to be careful when you get good at that, because then people start they start pulling you in to do that.
That's what people said, but I have not. Nobody's asked me to read stage direction since then. You know, that's not as a plea for somebody to have me come and read.
I can tell that it was.
But it was actually more than I thought it would be, because in Major League, you've seen the film, and all of the listeners and viewers of the show have seen the movie. There's tons of montage scenes.
Tons.
Okay.
There was times you were talking for 8 minutes straight.
Just like, so-and-so drops the ball, so-and-so hits the ball. I mean, my God.
A lot of description.
It is unbelievable. Yeah. Thomas Lennon here on The Rich Eisen Show. Speaking of great, all-time great baseball movies, I've mentioned a couple of times Bull Durham. Here has a special connection with you. You want to tease this? Is it what you want to do?
Yeah, let's catch a quick 60 and then we'll come back.
Okay.
This is worth teasing.
This is what we do call in the radio business is a tease. Radio and television is a tease. This is a good story, right?
It's a pretty weird story. And
involving you.
I have a real specific connection to that movie.
To Bull Durham. Thomas Lennon is here on The Rich Eisen Show. 844-204-RICH, number to dial. We'll also take some of your phone calls, as there's breaking news all over the place and what went down in New Orleans over the weekend. That's still to come here on The Rich Eisen Show. Welcome back to The Rich Eisen Show. Thomas Lennon of The Odd Couple. He plays Felix Unger. Check it out Thursday nights, 8:30 p.m. Eastern on CBS. You're a Chicago guy? Is that where you're from originally?
I'm a Chicago guy. I'm from Oak Park, which is just on the west side of Chicago.
Okay. So does that mean you're a Second City guy too? Did you ever do Second
Actually,
City?
I moved to New York early, so
Okay.
I didn't. I saw a lot of Second City when I was a kid. Like
Right.
we would go there on Friday nights and see Chris Farley and Steve Carell and amazing people like that.
Yeah, Colbert was part of that
Colbert,
crew too,
I saw
right?
Colbert, yeah.
Yeah.
But I got to see Chris Farley do Living in a Van Down by the River on stage as a sketch on
What
stage.
in the world was that like?
It was amazing. You could tell at the moment, you're like, oh, this guy's a superstar.
So and then when you saw that on Saturday Night Live, you're like, well, hold on.
I was like, I've seen that.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, it was amazing. Yeah. No, but I'm a Chicago guy. I was always and I was a Bulls guy for years and years.
Prior to Jordan or the Jordan?
No.
years got you
During the
there?
Jordan, when Michael Jordan was on the Bulls, I never missed a televised Bulls game ever.
Must-see television.
Ever. It was just. I mean, it was. It defined my life.
Did you ever go to the old Chicago Stadium and the old?
I did. It was a really
What a barn
amazing.
that was. That was incredible.
It was
that
crazy.
old stadium. And you could fit the Chicago Stadium inside the United Center.
Oh, without
by the
a doubt.
way.
Almost two
You
of them,
could
probably.
actually, if it's true, if you had a can opener and opened up the United Center, you could place Chicago Stadium within it, within the confines.
I also saw John Denver at Chicago Stadium, and then I lived.
Now hold on. You saw John Denver
literally on a stage that rotating stage.
Was he singing
John
Rocky
Denver.
Mountain High?
Of course, Sunshine on My Shoulders.
As
of course.
he's rotating?
And I thought, years from now, Michael Jordan's going to come in and dominate this place. No, but I lived in. So then I.
Luke Longley. You thought right then and there. Luke Longley is going to come in here where John Denver's killing it.
My dad was in Russia, and he got me a set of Russian nesting dolls.
Yes.
That are the bulls of the dynasty. So it goes Jordan.
Yes.
Pippen.
Grant, Horace Grant.
Horace Grant. I think Luke
Tony
Longley
Kukoc?
is one of them.
Yeah.
Kukoc?
Kukoc. I don't think Kukoc makes it.
He doesn't.
Paxson? No.
Paxson.
Paxson.
John Paxson.
Okay.
And then I forget who the littlest guy is. It might be Luke Longley.
B.J. Armstrong?
Could be.
Maybe BJ.
It'd be great if it was Luke Longley because he was the tallest.
Yeah, I think
so
Luke
it's
is the little
perfect.
dinky guy. Luke wasn't he like 11?
He was like 6'11" or
6'11",
6'11".
that would be.
7'1" or something
But
like that?
do Russian nest egg makers have
Nesting
a
dolls?
sense of irony? Do they?
I
have
think
a
they
sense?
do. I think that was the whole point.
Bill Wennington is the smallest one at the very center. Phil Jackson is. So did you? And you have thrown out a first pitch for
Well, I grew
the
up
Cubs.
as a Cubs fan. Yeah,
Okay.
I was a Cubs fan, and WGN also syndicates Reno 911, so it was a nice thing.
Synergy.
They said, "Do you want to come throw out the first pitch at Wrigley in the Lieutenant Dangle outfit?" Which is a big commitment.
And the answer was
what time and when. And so the thing about throwing out a first pitch, you've done it.
yes, but not in short shorts. No.
The thing that no one knows is every person you're looking at throwing out the first pitch in a baseball game blew out their arm the day before. Because you practice so hard.
Yes.
I threw 200-some pitches the day before to try to get it right.
No.
Stupid idea. Just do it the first time while you're out there.
Sure.
Because it was just shredded.
So what happened?
I'm back. I was about to say backstage, which shows what a little fruitcake I am. I'm in the
By the way, that's how Felix Unger would tell the story.
I'm backstage at Wrigley Field. I'm in the locker room like a man. I'm an adult man, and I'm in the locker room, and we're snapping towels, punching each other's jock checks. No, so I'm there. I'm in the Dangle outfit, which is already amusing the Cubs a lot.
Yes.
Because the outfit in real life is disturbing if you haven't seen it. It's real short. And the owner of the Cubs says, "You got to aim high."
You do.
It's
because you don't want to dirt it. You don't want to dirt
it. If you dirt it, you're a local boy. They're going to hate you. You'll be a jinx.
Yes.
It won't be a lot.
And when you're on the mound, you think you need to throw it down.
That's so far away.
It is
so far away.
Okay, sure.
So my parents are there. I do a huge windup in the short, as big as I can do in the shorts. And I whip it over the plate. It's totally straight.
Yes.
And a little bit high. And the catcher gives me that, that kind of grace note, the little like, how do you do?
Yeah.
Just a little kind of blues to make it feel much more like a strike.
Yeah.
Stadium erupts. Everybody goes crazy.
Look at you.
It's insane.
And that's the most.
Catcher throws me the ball.
Yeah.
I catch it. I throw it to my dad. I'm starting to tear up, and I'm like running over to my dad, and it's like the end of the Natural, like music, and my dad says, I'm assuming my dad's going to start weeping with joy,
of course,
and he says, a little bit high, and that explains my entire life.
That's
yeah. It's like, all right.
In a
We
nutshell.
never really talked about it again.
In a nutshell. But hey, look, the bottom line is
a little bit high.
How many guys get to throw a first pitch and hug their dads in short shorts in Wrigley Field?
Yeah, not that many.
That was the original working script for Field of Dreams, by the way. The father-son story right there, with the exception of the cornfield and the whole bit. So that was also a way to bring it finally full circle to the Bull Durham story.
Oh, Bull Durham story.
Your connection to Bull Durham, sir.
Bull Durham, I think, voted #1 sports movie of all time by Sports Illustrated. I don't disagree. There's a disturbing aspect of it for me, which is Millie, the girl who gets married on the mound at the end, who's Susan Sarandon's sidekick. That's my wife. So I married the young girl from Bull Durham.
And her journey to that wedding day, though, is...
Oh, it's amazing, yeah.
Where she's kind of, you know, passed around.
That's when they have the great scene on the mound where they all talk about what's the appropriate
the
gifts
candlesticks,
to bring.
right.
One of the greatest scenes in any movie.
Yes, it is.
Movie, yeah.
So,
but it's really, I mean, it's a neat piece of trivia about our life. The only thing is that movie is on television more than almost any other movie ever. And the opening scene where you meet my wife, she and Tim Robbins are making love in a bathroom stall. So, it's like a haunting. It's like I'm being like a haunting that happens to me live in syndication every week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But, you know, it is still one of the all-time great sports
I count it as a
films.
win. I married the girl from Bull Durham.
You did. You married the girl from Bull
I'm just
Durham?
constantly reminded of
that day.
Of her making out with Tim Robbins in
in Bull Durham. So, but before I let you go, while we're talking about wedding and what to get people, we've had this conversation on the show today.
Sure.
Destination weddings.
Oh, fun.
Okay. Well, they are fun.
Yeah.
But when you have to get on a plane to go to a destination wedding, even for your best friend,
Do you then get an amazing gift also?
Is your presence your present?
Yes. Absolutely.
Good for you, sir.
Absolutely. Do I win something?
You win my admiration and affection.
Yeah. No, if you buy a plane ticket, for sure.
That's it, right?
Of course, yeah.
You can't then go on the you don't go and get a registry gift after that.
No, you can't do that. Well, who is this?
It's for a really good friend.
Is it the queen? Is it like the princess?
It's not royalty.
No, it's not royalty.
unless you know the queen of wherever the hell.
No, absolutely not. You flew there.
Right?
Right? You're out.
Cash.
A lot.
Money.
Yeah.
Hard-earned American dollars.
You bring the kids? You got a babysitter? This is a logistical nightmare. I actually say, don't even go. Screw these people. These people are the worst.
Thomas Lennon. Now that's not very Felix-like, because Felix would be, you'd have to get the gift.
No.
You must get something appropriate. It must be something that's gift wrapped. You must now.
By the way, now you're going. I know whoever's wedding you're going to is listening to the show right now.
Oh, people,
without a doubt.
People whose wedding.
Where is it? Just for fun.
I had to go to a wedding on the west coast of Florida that my wife and I had to connect on a flight, rent a car, and drive an hour and a half to get there.
You don't have to.
And he was in my wedding party,
right.
Okay? And my wife's like, we still have to get a gift. And I'm like,
right.
Huh?
I'd say, like, it also depends. Like, if the wedding was like, hey, come to Paris, and we're getting married in a hot air balloon that you get to come on, like, sure, then you bring a gift.
Yeah.
But you're talking to me about the Florida Panhandle. God bless.
Yeah.
Because I got a lot of close friends in Panama City.
Yes.
Based on one spring break thing that happened.
That's for another time. That's for season 3 of The Odd Couple.
How long are we in the air? No, you don't have to bring it.
Okay.
Are you not worried now, because you're Rich Eisen, NFL guy, you're Thomas Lennon, actor, are you not worried about them, the cheapness stench that maybe could follow you around and with no gift?
How is it cheap though? You're spending $2 grand to get there.
Excuse me.
$2 grand to get there.
Excuse me. May I?
And if you're us, you're flying first. So it's like 10 grand.
Let me just also put this too.
At least.
Wow.
Nice.
Here, it's not an issue of cheapness or cost effectiveness. It is a question of what is right and what is wrong in society.
I would also say it's a perfect opportunity to re-gift some crap. You know?
Now,
find some
look, you're on 180 plus radio stations, coast to coast, satellite, various television platforms. Be careful. Don't give away too much of the store.
Perfect.
Right here,
you got the Florida Panhandle wedding that you're going to?
It's passed.
Just you get any old dustbuster you got or whatever, just wrap it up.
Dustbuster.
Hit it with some Windex.
I like it. Like I mentioned
It's new to them,
before, you are awesome in the role of Felix Unger, man. You own it, you chew it up, you put it out. You are awesome.
It's always a pleasure to do the show, to do this show and to do The Odd Couple with you, because you're hilarious on the show.
You're a good
and
man
I'm
for
glad to
saying
see you
that.
back.
Thank you. At Thomas Lennon on Twitter. Check out The Odd Couple. CBS Thursday, April 7th was when it debuted, which means it's episode 2 of this season tomorrow night on CBS at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time. Good to see you, bud.
Pleasure, buddy.
Thomas Lennon right here on The Rich Eisen Show.
The Rich Eisen Show, weekdays at noon Eastern on Audience.